is going on? What the fuck?
You see this, Clem? You see what this says? This Mets life chose me, and I'm so fucking happy it did. I hate it so much sometimes, but when it's good like this, it's literally, I mean, the relapse is on, the drugs are flowing through my veins, and I am high as a fucking kite. Clem, I've been chasing the dragon through it. Bro, look at this. I've been chasing the dragon, and we caught it. We caught the fucking dragon. I've got the fucking dragon.
I touched his tail, Kev.
I can't ever remember feeling like this. I can't. I don't even. I'm rewatching. The boys are hot. The boys are hot.
Mikey Conforto showing the titties. He's showing the titties
from fucking Conforto. For the first time ever, Mama Conforto is the second hottest Conforto. He's sitting there covered in Gatorade, flexing and shit. Oh my God, I could have jerked off right then and there. I don't need Pornhub again for the rest of the season. Clem.
Conforto bombs.
I don't even know where to begin. I just got to give a huge shout out to Sean fucking Doolittle.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Fake ass
That guy fucking sucks. He stinks. He makes the Mets bullpen look like fucking Mariano Rivera. Holy fucking shit, dude. This game right here, I hate to even bring up the idea of peak too early, and I know we got a long way to go, but this right here, the way this game played out, this is like an instant classic. Forget about the circumstances. The game itself was just a back and forth slobber knocker, and then you put into effect the streak, the wild card chase, playing the Nationals. Everybody can suck my dick talking about bad schedule, weak teams.
Yep.
Well, as soon as we put a good one in front of us, we beat them in a fucking all-time instant classic, dramatic back and forth slobber knocker. That was unfucking believable.
That was like the sixth inning where they had like second and third no outs, and then we had like first and third no outs, and somehow no one scored. It was absolute, and it wasn't like no one scored by good pitching. It was like chaotic plays and fucking like mistakes that somehow worked out. It was craziness, and like this would it hammered home. I'm not ready for September baseball.
No,
not even close.
I mean, I'm not even going to say the O word.
Yeah.
I'm just not even going to mention that month, but I'm not – I don't know if I'm ready for late August ball. I'm not ready for September ball, and I am certainly not ready for anything that may come after that. Holy shit.
We do have nice tans, though, from Kunsalana. I saw someone said they're back from Kunsalana. Everyone's coming back looking tan, no bags under their eyes. They're looking fucking fresh as a daisy. And, dude, I was like, as that ninth inning happens, and I'm like, I went into my room, took 3 Advil PMs. I got a little hand issue I'm dealing with here. I got a painful hand issue. And I'm like, well, we'll see what happens. And I missed the first 2 base hits. And I turned on the TV, and I saw Toddy at the plate. And I said, all right, I'm going to give 1 pitch. And if he doesn't hit it out of the park here, I'm turning it back off because I didn't want to be bad luck. And he fucking hit it out of the park. He hit it out of the fucking park.
Yo, first of all, I thought that ball was going foul. It looked like it was hooking.
I still think it was foul. I just don't think they had the balls to call it. The umpire's like, we'll get fucking murdered. City Field was crazy tonight. That's crazy. The zoo.
Crazy. The zoo is fucking back, man. That ball, I thought for sure was foul. And when Gary was like, it's out of here, I was like, no, it's not. No, that's a foul ball. Con Frazier's bat flip. Leaving Sean Doolittle in there, I really can't get over it. I can't get over leaving him in after that moment. It was 15 runs in 9 innings, and then add on another one. So 16 runs. I mean, that is astoundingly bad. More runs against the Mets. The same amount of runs against the Mets as the entire rest of baseball. That guy can never pitch against the Mets ever again. It's like an anti-Mets killer. What's the opposite of a Mets killer, Clem? We've never had one of those.
I know. It's a fucking – because what is he's giving up like 8 runs against all baseball and then 9 against us?
So what is he? A Mets killer? It's like a Mets like
reviver.
Youth. It's like a Mets – he's giving birth to the Mets.
Mets birther.
Mets birther. He's a Mets birther. Marcus Stroman, love him to death. I'm already in. Like, I'm already a Stroh Show fan for the rest of my fucking life. I can't believe they went back to him in the 7th.
No,
And
me either.
I can because the bullpen sucks so bad, but he was so clearly done after 100 pitches and the way he had to battle in that 6th inning with the rundown and the 2nd and 3rd and all that shit. I
And
don't
Mama
wanna,
Stroh.
What's that? And Mama Stroh.
She's awesome.
That moment. First of all, that's exactly Mama Clance. That exact face and that exact praying. That's all of us. That's going to be us every single game, every single pitch from here until whenever this ride ends. We're all going to be Stroh Mom just fucking about to collapse in anxiety. That was the 9 strikeouts. Beautiful. Strasburg is one of those dudes who, like, he's obviously a good pitcher. He never panned out the way he was supposed to. He's a great pitcher, though. I'm just never afraid of him. I feel like the Mets always kind of like, you know, like today was like a perfect example. Like, you know, they just did what they needed to do against them. I just can't believe it, dude. I need more back-to-back home runs. I'm addicted to back-to-back.
I'm addicted to back-to-back home runs. They're so good. I didn't know what that felt like. All these years, I've never known what it feels like. Now I know why Yankees fans are so happy. Like, that's just their life. Like, this is like so rare for us. Oh my god.
Now you
Double
know
Davis.
JD, Jonathan, JD, Double Davis, Davis. I'm about to make a shirt that says all that. I don't care if I'm the only person in the world who buys it. That guy has been a godsend. I said on opening fucking day, he's going to be my guy. He's batting over 300, 14 home runs now, I think. What a fucking surprise he has been. I mean, Alonso home run in 4 straight games, rookie record. Gonna easily break the National League rookie record. He is, and you know what? Did you see his tweet tonight? Fucking 1 minute after the post game, dude went right to his phone and hopped on Twitter like the rest of us fucking Mets Twitter degenerates. I swear to God, he's just doing it for Twitter.
And throws a biggie line out there too.
What's that?
Throws a biggie line out there too.
Yeah,
now you know.
Now you know. Let's go fucking Mets. The characters on this team have gone. I mean, like, I believe we've already done this, but I'll do it again and again and again until, as long as he keeps doing it. I have to just continue to publicly apologize to Todd Frazier. It's just like he's like the microcosm for this team. They've been so bad at times and so good, and that is him as an individual. That bat flip tonight, woo, buddy. You have to watch fucking flip that thing and go. Woo! And I'm looking at Mickey Callaway. That fucking idiot. What a fucking moron he is. And now he's just getting all the credit. Brodie Van Wagenen sitting back. You know what? It's a shame that Brodie Van Wagenen had that speech a couple weeks ago where he said they came and got us. Because he kind of threw up the flag too. He was in the same boat as the rest of us, being like, yeah, man, it's fucking over. If he had been the whole time just like, listen, like, give it some time. Pump the brakes, you guys. Like, you got to believe. And then this was happening, he'd be the cockiest motherfucker in the world. But the truth of the matter is, he's sitting here along with us. He went to Kunsalina, too. I saw him get off the exit. He was
at the pool.
Kunsalina.
I saw him at the pool there.
I mean, where else do we go? All right. So Stroman. I'll tell you the most important moment of that game for me. Stroman coming back after we tied the game, after we tied it at 3. And he gives up nothing the next inning. It got a little dicey, 2 base runners, but a bounce-back shutdown inning after your team comes back and puts them on the board, it totally changes the dynamic of the game. If he handed it back the way we've seen Noah do countless times, the way we've seen the bullpen do forever and ever, he comes back and shuts that down, throws up a 0, and I feel like it just galvanizes everybody. Like, we're just going to go right back out there and keep it moving.
Yep. That one inning where fucking I thought at the very least McNeil's legs were broken and Conforto had a concussion. The fact we escaped that, and I hate Juan Soto so fucking much.
Am I crazy? Did it not feel like he was up to the plate every inning? Every inning. We're in the 4th inning. He's been up 4 times. What's going on here?
And it always came through. He always had something cocky to him. Like, I hate you, Juan Soto, so fucking much. And fucking Anthony Rendon, Mr. I don't even like baseball. Like, why don't you just retire then, bro? Why don't you just get the fuck out of here? Get out of this goddamn league. He's unbelievable. I fucking that guy's so goddamn much. And he has that goddamn facial hair, which it's not as ridiculous as the Spezio facial hair, but that's the last facial hair I hated as much as Rendon's facial hair.
I'll tell you what, speaking of hair on people's faces and heads, You got one more, buddy.
One more.
You got
like
more,
one little
pal.
stripe left for them.
Dude, I mean, think about it. Tomorrow night, like we got to make sure we have everything ready.
Yeah, it's Noah too, right? So it's at least like, I mean, like that's the thing. Is it a good pitcher? Yeah, every pitcher is a good pitcher. The fucking wheel is in motion. Finally,
No, I mean, listen, we've never really seen it. The NLCS was the first time, and like the time that really jumps out of my mind. The 2015 NLCS. Granted, that was with Harvey, who's obviously not here anymore. But that was the first time we had our rotation lined up, and we watched it all play out, and they all pitched like they should. And obviously, that's why we swept that series. We've been waiting for fucking 4 or 5 years now, and it seems to have finally come together with Marcus Stroman somehow in the mix. And I mean, it's baffling that now of all times is where we're seeing it happen, but it's happening. And if that continues, I mean, that was back when I was cocky. Like in 2015, 2016, that's when I was like, this team absolutely can win a World Series because this rotation, if it starts rolling, is legitimately unstoppable. It's just that I gave up hope on the idea of it happening because it's been how many years? Eventually, you got to realize, like, it is what it is. But if that starts to happen now, and if, like, Puerto Rican's still going,
that was
anything's
the most
possible, bro. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. That was the most painless middle relief without using your fucking stud that I've ever seen in my life. Like, and that's the thing. Like, the bullpen has been better. I hate to say it, but like they have like.
Well, let me say this. I mean, Stroman, leaving him in, we can debate. Like, I would not have, but given how bad the bullpen has been, given it's Stroman, hometown boy on the mound, maybe he demanded it. I can understand. Fine. You bring Wilson in, and by the grace of God, he gets that strikeout. Amazing. Then you got to take him out, bro.
Yeah.
You got Rendon next. You got Lugo ready. And in the end, I mean, it bit us in the ass right then and there, but in the end, we got away with it. But, like, you cannot be making those type of bonehead decisions going forward. Eventually, that kind of stuff's going to absolutely fuck you. Leaving Wilson in is absolutely crazy.
This is the problem with this team, though. Like, I've really come to the point where I'm like, that's just what they're going to do. They're going to make bad. Mickey's going to do dumb shit. The bullpen's going to blow games, and we just need everything else to fall into place. Like, it's so, like, that's my way of kind of, like, when you go to the console, you cannot, like, you keep watching, I'm 100% of me is not here. I am, whether it's 1%, 10%, this whole they killed me. They killed me 10 different. I was Jon Snow just getting stabbed in the heart every fucking game for about a month straight. So, like, I'm not the same. Part of me died. I went to the black place. Fucking Don't Stop Believing was playing on the fucking speakers, and I died. I am back, but I'm not 100%. Neither are you. No one on this thing.
Nobody.
People in these fucking chat rooms fired up right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm loving it. Everybody's back from Consolina. Shout out to the people who never did console. You guys are absolute lunatics. Your children or your masochists. I don't know what it is. Shout out to you guys, though. You deserve more credit than anybody. They are so like if they lost this game, you know, what would have been the lasting image for me? Fucking Wilson Ramos just looking over his shoulder while Trey Turner steals home, being like, "You won't do it. You're not going to run." It would have been the Conforto collision and Ramos looking over his shoulder, and it would have almost been like an embarrassing night for the Mets. But you get bailed out by a couple big fucking juice ball yabos, and you know history writes itself differently. But that is the thing about them is like they you know, this was not like a clean baseball game. It's great. It was entertaining. We won, so nothing else matters. It's certainly like fun. For other people, maybe I want to blow my brains out. It's too much stress, but they're gonna make bad decisions. They're gonna have questionable moments. They're gonna falter at times. They're a flawed team, but I'd rather be lucky and miraculous per se. Well, no, I think I'd rather just be good. I'd rather just be fucking good and fundamentally sound. But if you're not going to be,
was awesome.
If you're not going to be, I'll take the miracle. You know, I'm looking at Todd Frazier. Did you know he's from Toms River? Did you know he played in the Little League World Series? Did you know he was with these Derek Jeters fan? 2019 runners in scoring position. He's 27 for 78. He's batting 346. I mean, I can't apologize enough to him. I would love to meet him face to face, shake his hand, and apologize because him of all people.
You know, it's like weird to even bring this name up. Like Sandy Alderson, this is his team.
I know.
Like the only moves the only move I'll give Brody credit for is J.D. Davis, because we all know how the Cano and Diaz trade is done for at least this year. And Jed Lowry is dead. He's a dead person. He's missing. Like Pete Alonso, McNeil. I mean, those are all his draft picks, right? I mean, like, I know like the Grom and the Syndergaard trade reform, but it's like all the guy fucking did was just stack fucking studs everywhere.
Yeah, man. No, I mean that's often how it'll go down. Like the previous regime doesn't get enough credit for the current guys, but they are a weird bunch, man. They are a weird fucking team. And there's been so much talk about everything. Every time I say anything, didn't you console and all this shit, and like I hope that people realize just how bad it was, just how good it is now, and just how quickly that happened. I mean, they were second to last in the entire National League. The only team worse than them were the Marlins, who are not even a professional baseball team by all measures. They were,
right,
for all intents and purposes, they were the worst team in the National League. July 24th, 3% chance of making the playoffs. Who comes on our podcast, Clem? Who does what podcast? Jeff McNeil comes on. We got Since that moment, they have now made up 8 games in 15 games.
And he got a new puppy.
Willow.
Throw that one on the fucking docket, too.
Power, our official mascot. It's better than the rally parakeet. It's better than the black dildo. We got Willow the puppy, Willow the rescue dog. Shout out to the McNeil family. That was the moment. That was the turning point. And I mean, I know it's first of all, it's August. We got a long way to go. Second of all, I know it's just the second wild card game and not a division. But
we're getting close to that first wild card too, Cav. We're a game and a half back of those assholes too.
Listen, I mean, I don't know what did the Braves do tonight. I know they got their ass kicked by the Marlins.
They were up big last I checked.
Listen, Pete Alonso said he wants to go slay the dragon. He wants the big boys. Let's not put the division out of reach. Who knows if they keep playing like this? But the point is, man, I mean, I remember 2007 vividly. 7 games, 17 to play. The Mets did more in less games. I mean, they made up 8 games in 15 games. It's been 2 weeks. It's almost, and that's why I can't stand anybody talking about the schedule and the records, because I don't care who you're playing. When you've won 14 of 15 and you make up that ground that quickly, it's an absolute miracle. I don't think, I mean, you'd be hard-pressed. I'm sure, give me some Elias Sports Bureau shit. You'd be hard-pressed to ever find other streaks like this. It's absolutely fucking miraculous.
And it's all like when they came up in the bottom of that, like when even in the 7th or the 8th, like when Alonso's up and the entire fucking stadium is just chanting his name, it's like the whole fucking fan base believes I've never seen them. I mean, even in 15, I don't think it was this quick. I don't think it was early August. We were just straight. No, it definitely wasn't, because that was a week after the Cespedes trade. It wasn't this crazy this way.
15, we didn't get cooking until like the playoffs. I was like, I didn't buy into it until we clinched. You know what I mean? It was because they were so bad in the beginning of the season. And I mean, Gary, I don't know if it was just a slip, maybe he forgot, or if he's including it, but he was saying it was louder than the 16. Like, I mean, this game tonight was as much of a playoff atmosphere as you can get.
I fucking love the Nationals. I do.
Oh my God. I mean, that Sean Doolittle, like, and the broadcast said it when he gave up a couple knocks. Maybe I don't know if you didn't see it because you were taking your Advil, but I think they gave up 2 hits, and Keith was like, Sean Doolittle's now given up like 15 hits in 9 innings with the Mets or whatever the number was. And Ron was like, and he's thinking about it. Like, you can tell it's in his head. And then bow, bow, bow. So, I mean, that guy can literally never pitch against the Mets again. You cannot ever put him out there again.
Yeah, which is crazy, too, because it's always the opposite, where it's the fucking Paul DeJong and those guys who become and this guy's like an all-star, and he becomes a fucking scrub.
He's the Mets birther. He's the anti-Mets killer. He's a good pitcher who gets bad. He's the only guy who doesn't seem to elevate his game against the Mets. We need more of them. I mean, give me the Marlins and Sean Doolittle all day, every day, and we'll never lose another game again.
It's crazy when you're like, we have to get rid of our closer and bring in Fernando Rodney, who is like, has been trash in my mind for like literally since like 2006. Since we were supposed to face the Tigers in the playoffs.
A decade.
in the World Series.
Oh, man, I'm looking at that fucking Alonso shot. His knee touched the ground. He went down low for it.
Alonso did?
Yeah, real low.
Did Frazier touch the ground too? Because he had another bullshit touch for that. That was like another bullshit Todd Frazier. I love him.
Shout out to Juiced Balls. Oh, my God. Nobody benefits from more than Todd Frazier. I feel like that guy hits like broken bat home runs half the time. I'll tell you what, man. I can't.
How is Fernando Rodney alive? That is a good question. How is he still breathing as a human being?
Yo, I had both the kids tonight, too. I was like, everybody's bedtime, out the fucking window. Do whatever you want. Eat whatever you want. Leave me alone. We're watching the Mets. Let's go. I feel bad because I promised not to drag them into this life. But at this point, I don't know. You're getting sucked there. You know what it is? You know what the Mets are? It's like the undertow in the ocean. Like it's a rip current. And you know what I wanted to do? I tried to console. I was in Consolina, and I wanted to just go lay on the beach. And I started to swim in. I just started to swim to shore, and I just wanted to go to the beach bar and get a drink and catch some sun. And the Mets just fucking ripped me back out to sea. And my kids are in the ocean with me, flailing around, dying. And we're either going to, land on a beautiful island or we're going to drown. I don't know, one or the other.
And it's like, don't fight it. Like, you have to just let it go.
Yeah,
Don't
you
fight
have
the
to
current.
go with the current.
Yeah.
Go with the
And
current.
I don't know about you. Like, I'm still at the point where, like, I now know that I'm going to be watching these stupid games for the fucking year.
I mean, even when you said, let's go IG Live, I was like, oh, here we go again. Like, we got to just fire this bitch back up. Time to go to work again. Oh, so wait, where are you at? Like, even right now, like riding high, gun to your head, are they going to pull this off? It's not even really pull it off anymore because here's the thing. You want to talk about peak too early? They did it so fast that there's enough time for them to have a swoon and get good again.
Yeah.
Like now they've just caught up and they're with the rest of the pack and they can just play regular baseball. They don't have to do 15 out of 16. They could lose a few. They could drop a series here and there, get hot again. Now it's just like as if they, the Mets usually do their 13-1 in the beginning of the season. And then there's so much time to erase it that by August, you're not even thinking about it. Well, you move that streak to the late season, and all of a sudden it changes the entire complexion because now you can just kind of relax. Like I'm sure it was basically like gun to your head, guys. You need to start winning right now, or the season's absolutely over. And now that they've done it, maybe if a guy needs a break, or you can rest people, or mix and match with your bullpen, do what you got to do because now you're good with 6 weeks to play.
I mean, Terry, fucking Mickey was saying it too. Like, and I hate to give credit, but he was saying like, oh, we were they were like good in the second half last year, and they were good in April last year. They were good in April this year. June fucking slaughtered us. This year was different because it wasn't just losses; it was the gut-wrenching losses in June that did us in. But they're doing like the exact shit they did last year, and it's like if they do that again. I mean, they're going to be in it. And it's like, I just sit on the couch and I'm just like, I can't.
What is your answer? What is your answer?
I mean, we got to believe. I mean, that's the fucking name of the podcast. Like, if I don't do it, it's a fucking liar as it is. So it's like.
Think about it too, by the way.
2015. Like, we always say, don't listen to 2015. 2015 was in enough. But, like, we literally had the Jairus Familia game happen all over to us again. Everything has happened here. The Stroman trade is like the Yo trade. Obviously, he's not fucking Babe Ruth like Yo is, but it was this trade that we didn't see coming.
Well, listen, you show up to the field wearing a Darryl Strawberry throwback.
Yes.
And maybe you are, man. I mean, Darryl Strawberry, like that right there alone, I was like, we won this trade. Like, if nothing else comes from it, we won the Stroman trade just for the way he's like rallying the fans right now and playing the right cards.
We have fucking Yankee fans cheering for the Mets. Did you see that guy?
I mean, chop that guy's head off and throw it in the river. Nobody likes that guy. Yankee fans don't want him. We don't want him. Chop his head off. Kill him right now. He looks like Aaron Harang. That fucking
the orangutan.
Yellow motherfucker.
God, I love the orangutan.
Aaron Harang looked like he had jaundice. He looked like he was dying of dysentery on the Oregon Trail. That guy was gross.
Aaron Harang had no kids, yet bigger bags under his eyes than anyone I've ever met.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yo, I just can't bring myself to even. By the way, if it wasn't for the one game against the Pirates, this would be a 15-game winning streak.
Yeah,
right?
I
Or
know.
no, this would be Yeah, it would be a 15. This would be like Moneyball, bro. They'd be making movies about this fucking team. And you know what? When it's all said and done, maybe they fucking will. Maybe they'll make a movie about this goddamn team the way they did the A's, because this streak, if it continues a couple more games, in my mind, it's just as impressive, just as important. And who knows when it's all said and done, could be one of the more miraculous streaks to ever happen. Now, let me ask you this, though. What's more likely? That, what I just explained, that it's one of the most miraculous streaks certainly in baseball history and Mets history, maybe sports history, or the Mets are setting up for their greatest Kane masterpiece yet.
I'm telling you, man, I hate to say it, but every team has like their thing, and this team seems like it's like the one that's going to let you down. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong.
You do think it's going to let you down?
I just feel like there's the big one's coming. It's like I'm in California. It's 70 every day, no rain. Yeah. It's beautiful out. The birds are chirping. Nothing but beautiful women all around. But I'm just like, every time like I think a painting moves, I think there's fucking an earthquake's about to come and swallow me whole. So
you know,
it's terrified.
It's almost like the fact that they did it so quickly, like I said, gives them some breathing room and lets them relax a little bit. But I'd almost prefer if it was like slow and steady. Like that's more believable. It's like, they can't keep this pace up. So the question is, we know for sure this pace is going to stop. What is it going to fall to? Is it going to fall to the complete opposite, or are we going to settle in around like 500, 600 ball? Because then we're good. But had it just been like steady 600 ball, like I'd be okay with that. I know that's real, that's tangible, because this is actually believable. But this is such a magic carpet ride that, like, what is it going to be when the carpet ride ends? Are we going to slowly, nicely land, or are we just going to plummet out of the air? And that's what I'm constantly waiting to find out.
I can guarantee you it's going to be like waterboarding, or we're going to be right at that second wild card the entire fucking way for the last day of the season. So just buckle up, because it's going to be, you're not going to have a nosedive. We're not going to just run away with it and just, hide in that wild card or even challenge for the East, God forbid. It's going to be right at the second level, where it's either no baseball or a one-game play-in game is all we're going to get from. I'm telling you, I can promise you, this team does not make anything easy. The day Chernobyl Diaz happened in Los Angeles, that's when I came to that realization. I'll never forget the feeling as I was sitting right here at 2:30 in the morning about to cry. So trust me, this team, it's in their DNA just to fucking drive us nuts. And we love them. It's like we've said on the podcast since I think the first day, like, we love this team. The reason we started the podcast is because the team is so fucking likable. Even though they've driven us nuts, we like almost every guy on it. It's great.
Yeah. Well, and that's as I think justified and reasonable as the console was. What did we always say? Like, this team has an eventual batting champion, a home run champion, Michael Conforto, the rotation, Lou. Like, they have the talent, and it just wasn't clicking. Maybe that's why there were people out there who didn't console, because they said that talent could eventually click. I think you're crazy if you expected it to happen, but hey, it did. So you might be crazy, but I think you're smart.
They're also lucky that they didn't trade Wheeler and Noah at the deadline.
You know what?
I imagine there was a trade they could have pulled the trigger on.
And honestly, I think, we talked at length about how I think Noah long term doesn't want to be here. And long-term, I don't think the Mets like him. I think Wheeler has been envisioning himself on another team for 2 seasons now. And I think that shit was probably, like, in their minds. And when you hit the deadline and nothing happens, and at least for another 3 months, you are a New York Met, I think you forget about all that bullshit. You put aside any trade anxiety or trade expectations, and you just go do your fucking job. And, it's been against bad pitching, bad teams, but, good pitching is good pitching. If they continue to pitch up to their potential, I was arguing with the Rocket. I think they might have the best staff in baseball if they all pitch to their potential. A lot of other teams have a better 1, 2, 3. Not many people have as good of a 4 or 5. I'll put DeGrom up against anybody. I think Syndergaard and whoever you want to throw 3 will be, when they pitch up to their potential, they're just as good as anybody. Front to back, 1 through 5 in the regular season, where we still are, I'll put that against anybody. Now, if they revert back and they start to, kind of pitch to basically half their potential, we're fucked. But the point is, when these guys all play up to the level they can.
Yeah, I mean, like, who is it? The Astros? Like, who else is even in that realm in terms?
Well, we were talking the Nationals. I mean, between
Scherzer not
Strasburg,
being
and
healthy
Corbin.
is humongous for us right now.
Yeah,
not
very
facing
big.
him this weekend is enormous. God.
Fucking brown eye.
Fucking brown eye, yeah.
Yeah, man. It seems so crazy and so unlikely, and you're right that I am programmed to expect that this is all just a big setup for a big letdown. But when you got guys like Alonso, McNeil, like those guys don't know about the Mets they know about it, but they've never lived it. They haven't felt it. They're not resigned to the fact that this team is just going to shit the bed. They're new, they're fresh, they want to make a name for themselves. And, usually the Mets orange and blue, like the Venom suit, it gets on you and it infects you.
Yep.
But maybe these guys are impervious to the Mets stank.
And then it's like, then the guys, like the last 3 guys they've acquired all grew up around here, which is like, do you want guys that know the fucking pain of the Mets? Because fucking Stroman, Panic, and Bratch or whatever, all 3 of them are fucking local guys, which, again, I think there's a chance they may be like, yo, let's fucking market to Hopewell Junction, have Joe Panic Day at the ballpark. Tell me the Wilpons haven't fucking thrown that idea around.
No.
Let's be honest.
1,000%. How about our boy Hetchy? You saw the contract details on him. If he played one more day, he would have got $1 million bonus. They traded him. They DFA'd him on the last day before his roster bonus kicks in. I mean, that's the business. There's teams that do that all the time. But goddamn, when the Wilpons do it, it's like, you are such motherfuckers.
I got my head bitten off.
I'm having visions of Panic City, but the good Panic City, the Joe Panic City, or the headlines say Panic City because he owns the town after he hits a walk-off home run. The stars and the moons are aligning as far as stupid Mets jokes and content and storylines. Usually we're the butt of those jokes. This time we're the ones telling it. And, there's a lot of – to be a team of destiny, you need certain things, certain jokes, certain mantras and mottos, LFGM, like all that shit.
Porn stars and puppies.
The puppies. It's, the shirt. The LFGM shirt is the official shirt of the playoff run, the official shirt of Destiny. It's simple. It's easy. Everyone can wear it. Go get them right now in the Barstool store. The polar bear is here. The squirrel, the scooter, the buffalo. They all have terrible fucking nicknames. Some of them are old and overachieving. Some of them are young and surprising. Some of them are malcontents who are putting that shit behind them. Some of them are local. Some of them are foreign. It doesn't fucking matter. Some of them are dumb. Some of them are smart. It's like it all comes together somehow and equals a lot of fucking wins. It's insanity, man.
And all of us fucking savages, you know what? I can't even say savages.
We're the real fucking savages.
Rabid dogs in the fucking park just going crazy the entire time. Fucking Stroman is made for us. It's fucking great, man. It's fucking, and I'm almost happy. Did you see that graphic where it's like the next month or whatever, we have the hardest schedule in terms of opponent winning percentage? Good. I want that. Yeah. So then we just shut everyone the fuck up. Yep. And if we sink, we sink. And if we swim, no one can say a fucking word. And
yeah, you know what? If they, you're right. If they sink, then whatever. That's where we all thought we were on June 26th. And if we swim, it's just like we know we're a good team. There's no fluke, like you said. There's no denying it. And you can go into the playoffs saying, listen, we basically already played in the playoffs. We basically already had a run against all the best teams in baseball right now. So, fuck you guys. We belong. So, I mean, you know what I'll say? Next walk-off, someone's got to up the ante and pull their dick out, take their pants off.
This is we're approaching YP dancing with Boris territory. It's like you've already showed us some titties here. Like you guys went a little early on the fucking.
Show me your dick, Conforto.
With the Jesus piece on too. Such a fucking Michael. That is a Michael Conforto. He probably got that for his fucking communion. His confirmation.
Yep. Love it. All right, man. I'm happy to be back doing IG Lives with you. So wait, what are we? If they go 5 games over, are you doing it? Are we doing it in the office? How do we want to do this?
Well, I'll be in on Tuesday. Are you in on Tuesday this week?
Yeah.
I'll go in.
But the rule is like they just have to
once
hit 5
it's in, it's in. It's locked in at 5.
Right.
100%.
Okay, so,
if they win tomorrow, it's locked in. The head is thing. Wifey doesn't know a fucking thing. She's gonna I'm gonna come home and she's like, "What the fuck?"
I
told you,
can't
my
wait
kids
for
are gonna
that.
cry. It's gonna be
We gotta have
disaster.
cameras rolling to see her reaction. That is just spectacular. All right, let's. That's like one step at a time. People talking about the World Series and shit. Relax. People talking about the playoffs. Relax. Let's talk about Clem shoe polishing his head. That is step one of many, and it's going to be a glorious one. And it's probably going to happen tomorrow night. Or we'll achieve it tomorrow. Tuesday it'll happen, and from there we go. From there we worry about August games, and after that we worry about September games, and then maybe, just maybe, we start to worry about games in the month that start with the letter O. Until then, whether you consuled or didn't consult, whether you're young or old, whether you're smart or dumb, naive or been through it all, you're a veteran, you're a rookie, you gotta believe.
Gotta believe.